What happens when the cage door closes for the final time? When the lights dim on legendary careers that defined an entire sport? Today, we're exploring not just the greatest retired UFC fighters of all time, but what they're doing now, years after hanging up their gloves. From business empires to Hollywood careers, from coaching the next generation to completely reinventing themselves, these warriors didn't just disappear into retirement. They conquered new worlds with the same intensity they brought to the octagon. Some found peace, others found new battles. Some built fortunes, others found purpose. This is the untold story of life after the UFC for the sport's greatest legends. Hit that subscribe button and let's dive into what your favorite retired fighters are doing today. Chuck the Iceman Liddell didn't just put the UFC on the map. He became the template for how fighters could leverage their fame into lasting success. But Chuck's post-fighting career has been anything but predictable. After retiring in 2010 following back-to-back knockout losses, Chuck could have easily faded into obscurity. Instead, he became one of MMA's first successful crossover stars. His Hollywood ventures included appearances in Entourage, Dancing with the Stars, and multiple action movies where his intimidating presence translated perfectly to the big screen. But Chuck's real genius was in business. He leveraged his UFC fame into multiple ventures, including his own line of energy drinks, fitness equipment, and even a brief stint as a UFC executive. His partnership with various supplement companies made him one of the first fighters to truly capitalize on endorsement deals. Today, Chuck splits his time between his California ranch and various business interests. He's become a mentor to young fighters, often seen cornering up-and-coming prospects. His social media presence shows a man who's found peace in retirement, posting pictures of his family, his horses, and occasional throwback fight footage that reminds everyone why he was special. But perhaps Chuck's most important post-UFC role has been as an ambassador for the sport. He regularly appears at UFC events, signs autographs, and represents the company at corporate functions. His relationship with Dana White, despite some rocky periods, has remained strong enough that he's essentially become MMA royalty. The most surprising aspect of Chuck's retirement? His brief return to competition in 2018 against Tito Ortiz, a fight that reminded everyone why fighters should stay retired. But even that misstep couldn't diminish his legacy or his successful transition to life after fighting. Chuck proved that with the right mindset, fighters could build lasting careers beyond their athletic prime. He's worth an estimated $7 million today and remains one of MMA's most recognizable faces. If Chuck Liddell showed fighters how to be businessmen, Anderson Silva showed them how to be artists. The Spider's post-UFC career has been a masterclass in reinvention and staying relevant long after your prime. Anderson's transition began even before his official retirement. His devastating leg break against Chris Weidman in 2013 could have ended his career, but instead, it began his transformation. During his recovery, Anderson discovered a passion for acting and music that would define his post-fighting life. His acting career took off with appearances in Brazilian films and television shows. But Anderson's real breakthrough came when he landed roles in Hollywood productions, including the action film Bruninho and several international projects. His natural charisma and screen presence made him a natural fit for action roles. But perhaps most surprisingly, Anderson revealed himself to be a talented musician. He's released several singles, performed live concerts, and even collaborated with established Brazilian artists. His music videos have garnered millions of views, showing that his artistic talents extend far beyond the octagon. Today, Anderson operates multiple businesses in Brazil, including a successful gym chain and various endorsement deals. His social media presence is a fascinating mix of motivational content, family photos, and promotional material for his various projects. Anderson's most impactful post-UFC venture might be his work with underprivileged youth in Brazil. He's established several programs that use martial arts to keep kids off the streets and provide them with opportunities for education and personal development. His recent boxing matches against Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. and others have kept him in the combat sports spotlight while allowing him to compete without the pressure of his UFC legacy. These exhibitions have been surprisingly competitive and have introduced Anderson to a new generation of fans. The most remarkable thing about Anderson's retirement is how he's managed to stay relevant across multiple industries. He's not just a former fighter, he's a legitimate entertainer, businessman, and philanthropist who happens to have been the greatest middleweight of all time. BJ Penn's post-UFC story is one of the most complex and fascinating in MMA history. The prodigy has experienced the highest highs and lowest lows of retirement, but his current chapter might be his most important yet. After his final UFC fight in 2019, BJ returned to his native Hawaii with a mission to give back to the community that shaped him. His BJ Penn MMA Academy has become one of the premier training facilities in the Pacific, producing top-level fighters and providing opportunities for local youth. But BJ's real passion project has been his involvement in Hawaiian politics and community development. He's become an advocate for Native Hawaiian rights and has used his platform to bring attention to issues affecting his homeland. His political aspirations have included considerations for running for governor of Hawaii. BJ's business ventures in Hawaii are extensive. He owns multiple properties, including restaurants and retail establishments that cater to both locals and tourists. His BJ Penn brand has become synonymous with authentic Hawaiian culture and values. Perhaps most importantly, BJ has become a mentor and father figure to countless young fighters. His gym regularly produces UFC-caliber talent, and his coaching philosophy emphasizes not just fighting skills, but personal development and cultural pride. BJ's personal struggles, including legal issues and public controversies, have been well documented. But his recent focus on family, community, and positive influence suggests a man who's found his true calling beyond fighting. His podcast and social media presence offer insights into his philosophy on life, fighting, and Hawaiian culture. BJ's ability to remain authentic and connected to his roots has made him a beloved figure in Hawaii, regardless of his fighting record. Today, BJ Penn represents something unique in MMA, a fighter who returned home and used his fame to lift up his community rather than just himself. Matt Hughes's post-UFC journey has been marked by both triumph and tragedy, but through it all, he's remained true to his Midwest values and commitment to helping others. After retiring from competition, Hughes immediately transitioned into coaching and gym ownership. His HIT Squad gym in Illinois became a breeding ground for top-level wrestlers transitioning to MMA. His coaching philosophy, emphasizing hard work and mental toughness, produced several UFC fighters. Hughes also became heavily involved in hunting and outdoor sports, leveraging his fame to become a spokesperson for various hunting and fishing companies. His outdoor television shows and appearances made him a crossover star in the hunting community. But Hughes's life changed dramatically in 2017 when he was involved in a near-fatal truck accident. The traumatic brain injury he suffered required extensive rehabilitation and forced him to reevaluate his priorities and goals. His recovery process has been inspiring to watch. Hughes has been open about his struggles with memory, speech, and motor functions, but his determination to overcome these challenges has been vintage Matt Hughes. His family's support and his own mental toughness have been crucial to his progress. Today, Hughes focuses on his recovery while still maintaining his business interests. His farm in Illinois remains his sanctuary, and he's become an advocate for brain injury awareness and research. His story has inspired countless people dealing with similar challenges. Hughes's legacy extends beyond his fighting career. His work with young wrestlers and his advocacy for rural communities have made him a respected figure in Illinois and beyond. His autobiography and speaking engagements continue to inspire people to overcome adversity. Despite the challenges he's faced, Hughes remains optimistic and focused on helping others. His post-UFC story is one of resilience, family, and the power of never giving up. If anyone was destined for success after fighting, it was Randy Couture. The Natural's intelligence, work ethic, and natural leadership abilities made him a perfect candidate for business success. Randy's transition began even before his retirement. His acting career took off with roles in The Expendables franchise, where his military background and natural screen presence made him a perfect fit alongside Sylvester Stallone and other action stars. But Randy's real success has come in business. His Extreme Couture Gym franchise has locations across the country and has produced numerous UFC champions. His business model of combining high-level training with mainstream fitness has been incredibly successful. Randy's supplement company, Randy Couture's Natural, has become a major player in the sports nutrition industry. His emphasis on natural, clean products reflects his personal philosophy and has resonated with health-conscious consumers. Perhaps most impressively, Randy has become a successful real estate investor and developer. His projects in Las Vegas and other markets have generated significant wealth and established him as a serious businessman beyond his fighting fame. Randy's media career has also flourished. His commentary work for various MMA organizations, his podcast, and his regular appearances on MMA shows have kept him connected to the sport while building his brand. Today, Randy splits his time between his various business interests and his family. His relationship with his children and grandchildren is clearly a priority, and his social media often features family activities and adventures. Randy's post-UFC success story is remarkable because it shows how fighters can leverage their skills, discipline, work ethic, leadership into completely different industries. He's estimated to be worth over $7 million and continues to grow his business empire. His advocacy for fighter rights and his work with various charities have also made him a respected voice in the MMA community. Randy Couture proved that retirement from fighting can be just the beginning of an even more successful career. Tito Ortiz's post-UFC career has been as controversial and unpredictable as his fighting career, but it's also been surprisingly successful in ways no one could have predicted. After his final UFC fight, Tito could have easily faded into obscurity. Instead, he reinvented himself as a businessman, politician, and family man. His transition began with his Team Punishment Gym, which became a successful training facility for professional fighters and fitness enthusiasts. But Tito's most surprising career move was into politics. In 2020, he was elected to the Huntington Beach City Council, fulfilling a longtime ambition to serve his community. His campaign focused on local issues like homelessness, business development, and public safety. His time in politics has been as eventful as his fighting career. Tito's outspoken nature and controversial statements have made him a polarizing figure, but his supporters appreciate his willingness to speak his mind and fight for his beliefs. Tito's business ventures have been diverse and successful. His clothing line, supplement company, and various endorsement deals have kept him financially secure. His real estate investments in Southern California have also proven lucrative. Perhaps most importantly, Tito has become a devoted father. His relationship with his children, particularly his twin boys with Jenna Jameson, has been a central focus of his post-fighting life. His social media is filled with family activities and proud father moments. Tito's continued involvement in MMA through commentary, appearances, and occasional exhibition fights has kept him connected to the sport that made him famous. His rivalry with Chuck Liddell was rekindled for their 2018 fight, proving that some feuds never truly end. Today, Tito represents something unique in MMA, a fighter who successfully transitioned from athlete to public servant. Whether you agree with his politics or not, his willingness to serve his community shows a different side of the former bad boy. His story proves that fighters can reinvent themselves in any field if they're willing to work hard and stay true to their values. Forrest Griffin's post-UFC story might be the most relatable and inspiring of any retired fighter. The original Ultimate Fighter winner has built a successful career that combines his love of MMA with his natural intelligence and humor. After retiring from active competition, Forrest immediately joined the UFC's corporate team. His role as Vice President of Athlete Development has made him one of the most important behind-the-scenes figures in the company. He works directly with fighters on career development, media training, and life skills. Forrest's writing career has been surprisingly successful. His books, including Got Fight and Be Ready When the Shot Goes Down, showcase his self-deprecating humor and practical wisdom. His writing style is conversational and entertaining, making complex topics accessible to everyone. His podcast and media appearances have kept him in the public eye while allowing him to share his unique perspective on fighting and life. Forrest's ability to laugh at himself while offering genuine insights has made him a beloved figure in the MMA community. Perhaps most importantly, Forrest has become a mentor to countless young fighters. His work with the UFC's Athlete Development Program has helped fighters navigate the challenges of professional competition and prepare for life after fighting. Forrest's family life in Las Vegas is clearly a priority. His social media shows a man who's found balance between his professional responsibilities and personal happiness. His relationship with his wife and children appears to be his greatest source of pride. Today, Forrest Griffin represents the best of what retired fighters can become: successful, grounded, and committed to helping others. His journey from reality TV winner to corporate executive shows that fighters can succeed in any field if they're willing to adapt and grow.